weary traveler, to a quiet space where tales softly unfold as the day draws to a close. Take a moment now to find your most comfortable position, perhaps nestled deep beneath your covers, or simply sinking into the gentle support beneath you. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to relax, and your breath to slow, flowing in and out like a gentle, peaceful tide. Just listen to the soft murmur of my voice and allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across a calm evening sky. There's nothing more you need to do, nothing to hurry, just to simply be present in this quiet moment with us. Tonight, we journey to a place of hushed history, a chamber kept in gentle twilight, far from the clamor of heroic deeds. It's a peaceful sanctuary where the echoes of ancient bonds linger, not with sorrow, but with the quiet contemplation of what was and what now is. Imagine, if you will, a hidden corner within a grand, yet now very still, hall. The walls are of dark, polished stone, cool to the touch if you were to reach out, and the air here is quiet and still, carrying the faint, clean scent of aged stone and distant, faint starlight. High above, through a narrow, arched window, the moon casts a single, soft beam, illuminating dust motes dancing in the silent air. This gentle, silver light falls upon a solitary, ancient table, its surface worn smooth by countless years of quiet passing. Upon this table, bathed in the soft lunar glow, rests just one single, silent object. It's an artifact, simple yet profound, speaking volumes without a sound. This is where the story behind Thor's broken bond with Loki after Ragnarok begins to gently reveal itself, not with a roar, but with a whisper, like the rustle of a forgotten scroll in a silent, forgotten library. The story behind Thor's broken bond with Loki after Ragnarok begins to gently reveal itself, not with a roar, but with a whisper, like the rustle of a forgotten scroll in a silent, forgotten library. Imagine now a different kind of quiet. A high, arched window, perhaps overlooking a newly settled land, or the vast, silent canvas of space. It's a chamber where the only sound is the soft, steady hum of distant systems or the gentle lapping of ocean waves against a far-off shore. Moonlight, cool and silvery, spills across a smooth, unadorned floor, painting long, peaceful shadows. In this tranquil space, there are no grand thrones or bustling battle plans. Instead, a simple, aged wooden table stands near the window, polished smooth by countless touches. Upon it rests not weapons or crowns, but a single, carefully folded piece of cloth. It's a cloak, perhaps, or a part of a garment, its colors muted by time, its fabric soft and worn. It carries the faint, almost imperceptible scent of distant lands and shared memories. This quiet corner holds a silent narrative. The fabric itself seems to hint at two paths, once entwined, now distinctly separate. You can almost feel the weight of unspoken words, of choices made in moments of profound sorrow and quiet understanding. The moonlight seems to linger on the folds of the cloth, illuminating every slight fray, every subtle shade that whispers of journeys taken and burdens carried. Around this table, the air feels still, holding the echo of laughter and sorrow, of rivalry and affection, all now settled into a peaceful, reflective hush. It's not a place of pain, but of a deep, calm contemplation of what was and what became. The stars outside the window twinkle with an ancient, knowing patience, as if they too have witnessed centuries of such quiet, complex stories. The stars outside the window continue their silent, ancient dance, twinkling with a knowing patience, as if they too have witnessed centuries of such quiet, complex stories unfolding beneath their gaze. Gentle hum of distant city inside this peaceful sanctuary. The soft, cool light of the moon filters through the large window, casting long, gentle shadows that stretch across the polished floor. Your gaze drifts slowly across the room, past the familiar comfort of a richly textured, folded cape draped over a nearby, empty chair. Its deep crimson hue seems to absorb the light, a silent sentinel of heroic repose. Your eyes settle upon a low, circular table, positioned in a quiet, secluded alcove. Upon its smooth, dark surface rests a single, exquisitely crafted Asgardian chess piece. It is carved from a deep, almost black, lustrous wood, depicting a majestic, horned figure, its posture one of poised wisdom. The details are fine, etched with the care of a master artisan. This singular piece stands in perfect balance, its silent presence hinting at a grand game long since paused, perhaps destined never to be concluded. The other pieces, the noble king, the valiant warriors, the swift knights, are nowhere to be seen, leaving this one figure in profound, quiet contemplation. This intricate carving, seemingly simple yet so rich in detail, carries with it the subtle echo of countless shared moments. You can almost imagine it as part of a set used in friendly matches played in younger, brighter halls, where strategies were learned not for conquest, but for camaraderie, and where bonds were forged in the spirit of shared intellect, long before they had a chance to fray. The air in this alcove is still, holding only the faintest, almost imperceptible scent of aged wood, and the quiet resonance of forgotten tales. You can feel the gentle, settling weight of the past, a silent history embracing this lone, symbolic figure. It speaks not of anger or sorrow, but of paths diverged, choices made, and the quiet, empty space left behind when a connection, once believed to be unbreakable, slowly, softly, began to change its form. The moon outside continues its gentle, timeless watch, illuminating this small, peaceful corner of remembrance, understanding that some stories are best understood in the quiet of the night. The quiet corner, bathed in the soft glow of the moon, seems to deepen as the night progresses. You notice now a subtle shift, as if the very air holds echoes of a long journey, a path walked together and then apart. The room itself, a testament to quiet reflection, contains more than just a single memory. Along one wall, perhaps, a series of muted tapestries or aged charts might depict constellations or journeys across realms, not with urgency or bright colors, but in soft, faded hues that speak of time passing, of stories that have settled into the fabric of history. These aren't battle maps, but rather silent chronicles of shared explorations. You can almost trace the faint lines of a path that once connected two brothers through star-dusted skies and across ancient lands. Each woven thread whispers of hopes and misunderstandings, of grand adventures and quiet moments. There is no sound here but the gentle hum of the night, perhaps the distant, almost imperceptible sigh of the wind passing by a high window. A sturdy, unadorned wooden table stands in the center of the room, polished smooth by countless years, but bearing no recent marks. It is empty now, save for a single, small, unlit lantern, its glass dusty, its wick long cold. It symbolizes a light that once guided, a warmth that was shared, now patiently waiting for a new dawn, or perhaps simply resting in quiet repose. The air here is still, carrying the scent of old parchment and cool stone, a scent of enduring memory. It invites you to simply be present, to observe these quiet symbols of a past that shaped a future, without rush, without demand. Just a gentle unfolding under the watchful, understanding eye of the quiet night. As the quiet night settles further, imagine a space vast and calm, a celestial observation deck. It's a place of quiet reflection, high above any world, looking out into the silent, star-dusted cosmos. The large view screen before you isn't showing bustling planets or urgent alerts, but rather the slow, almost imperceptible drift of nebulae and the distant twinkle of galaxies. This is a chamber not for action, but for contemplation, for remembering. Empty chairs are arranged in a wide arc, facing the serene expanse. Each one seems to hold the ghost of a presence, a silent conversation once held, a shared gaze into the infinite. Perhaps here, in times long past, two brothers might have stood, their futures unwritten, their bond strong, gazing at the same distant lights. Now, only the soft hum of ancient, dormant machinery fills the air, a gentle lullaby from a forgotten era. On a smooth, polished console, almost lost in the soft glow from the void, rests a single, simple object. It might be a small, folded piece of fabric, a dark cloak, perhaps, or a discarded yet familiar helmet, its horns gracefully curved, catching the faint, cool starlight. Not a symbol of war, but of identity, of a journey taken. It sits there, silent, an echo of choices made, of paths diverged after the thunderous events of Ragnarok had reshaped their world and their relationship. This quiet, cosmic vigil invites you to simply witness the serene aftermath, to feel the profound stillness of a bond, stretched and changed, yet still present in the deep, silent tapestry of the universe. Just breathe and let the quiet, starlit air soothe your thoughts, allowing the gentle memory to drift as the starlight twinkles. A soft, almost imperceptible shift occurs, carrying your awareness to a silent, cosmic chamber. This is a place beyond time, where echoes of great events gently resonate. Imagine a quiet viewing deck, perhaps aboard a magnificent, yet now still, star-faring vessel. Through immense, crystalline windows, nebulas drift by in slow motion, painting the void with strokes of violet and gold. No sound disturbs the tranquility save for the faintest hum of distant engines, like a lullaby woven from pure energy. Here, in this serene expanse, one might reflect on the intricate threads that once bound two brothers, Thor and Loki. A polished, dark wood table sits at the center, empty now, save for the play of starlight upon its surface. No feast, no grand maps, just the smooth, cool plain. It recalls quieter moments, shared stories, or even silent agreements between them before the weight of crowns and conflicting destinies began its slow, inevitable press. The air itself seems to hold a memory of hopeful conversations, of laughter that once filled such spaces, now replaced by the vast, patient silence of space. A single, intricately carved, forgotten chalice might rest in a corner, its gleam catching the faint cosmic glow, a silent testament to gatherings past. It was in spaces like these, in moments of quiet expectation, that the seeds of their diverging paths were sometimes sown unknowingly. The bond, so profoundly woven, yet so subtly vulnerable to the winds of fate and choice. Just observe and let the quiet cosmic ballet unfold. The cosmic ballet continues its gentle unfolding, now focusing on the nuances, the almost imperceptible shifts that subtly reshaped destinies. The holographic projection before you softly reconfigures, no longer showing grand events, but the quiet origins of diverging paths. Imagine two shimmering trails of light, initially intertwined, like twin stars in a close orbit, within the vast, tranquil expanse of the cosmos. They drift, not apart, but simply along different currents, each following its own quiet draw. These trails represent the earliest inclinations, the quiet curiosities that drew them in different directions, long before any discord truly began. One trail, perhaps, veers slightly towards the distant hum of nascent star forges, attracted to the raw power and the artistry of creation. The other, a delicate wisp, might follow the intricate patterns of nebulae drawn by the hidden complexities and the whispers of ancient, half-forgotten magic, a world of intricate illusions and silent knowledge. It's not about conflict, but about the quiet magnetism of personal truth, the innate leanings that shape a soul. These subtle pulls, like unseen gravitational forces from distant, unknown celestial bodies, gently nudge their trajectories apart, not with a sudden jolt, but with the patient, inexorable slowness of celestial bodies shifting in the vastness. The bond wasn't broken in a single, dramatic clash, but thoughtfully, carefully, almost woven into new patterns by countless such soft, divergent inclinations. The air in this serene observation chamber remains perfectly still, a gentle, cool calm enveloping you, as these two luminous paths, once so close, now trace their own unique, beautiful arcs across the quiet cosmic canvas. A gentle stretch rather than a snap of an unbreakable, yet ever-evolving connection. The story of their bond, seen not as an ending, but as an unfolding, a continuous, quiet dance of separation and shared origin, the quiet dance, a cosmic waltz of two souls forever intertwined, yet now tracing separate, shimmering paths across the vast expanse. Imagine, for a moment, a tranquil observation chamber, high above the silent hum of a sleeping city, nestled within a sanctuary of quiet heroes. Here, large, soft-lit screens glow with distant nebulae and the gentle drift of star fields. It's a place for quiet contemplation where one can gaze upon the celestial tapestry and see stories etched in light. On one particular screen, a unique constellation slowly revolves, not of actual stars, but a serene, almost shimmering projection of two distinct energy signatures. One, a steady golden pulse, like a distant, benevolent sun. The other, a cooler, emerald glow, subtle and shifting, like the aurora borealis dancing on the edge of vision. They move, not together, but in an orbit influenced by their shared gravitational history, a silent testament to a bond that once pulled them close, and now gently keeps them in a larger cosmic narrative. There are no sharp edges here, only the soft diffusion of light and the gentle, almost imperceptible hum of the silent technology. This chamber holds the quiet understanding of how paths diverge, yet connections endure. The golden and emerald glows drift, each beautiful in its own right, each telling a story of journeys taken, lessons learned, and the quiet acceptance of an unfolding destiny, far beyond any single battle or spoken word. You simply watch them drift, a peaceful ballet of light and memory across the tranquil screen. The tranquil screen slowly fades, leaving behind a gentle, pervasive calm that settles over everything. The soft, ethereal light now expands, revealing a quiet alcove within what appears to be a grand, yet largely forgotten hall. This isn't a place of bustling activity or urgent council meetings, but a sanctuary of stillness, where time seems to have slowed to a whisper. Perhaps a secluded wing of an ancient Asgardian library, or a private study long untouched, holding echoes of past lives. In the center of this serene space stands a low, polished, dark wood table, its surface gleaming faintly under the diffused light. Upon it, placed with careful, almost reverent intention, rests a single, intricately forged bracer. Its metal, a blend of gold and burnished steel, is etched with familiar Asgardian patterns, powerful and resonant. It's clearly too large for human hands, a piece of armor designed for someone mighty, perhaps a younger Thor during moments of quiet contemplation, far from the roar of battle. Nearby, yet distinctly separated, sits a delicate, unlit lantern. Its filigreed metalwork, slender and elegant, subtly echoes the more intricate, almost deceptive aesthetics one might associate with Loki. No flame flickers within its glass panels. It stands cold, a vessel for light that remains unsummoned. It casts long, soft shadows that stretch across the table and onto the muted stone floor, visual reminders of a connection once bright, now settled into quiet repose. You can almost feel the gentle weight of what was, and what now simply asterisk is asterisk within this silent arrangement. The space breathes with a history that is both shared and profoundly singular, a quiet testament to a bond that splintered, leaving behind these tranquil, symbolic fragments within this hushed sanctuary, where the remnants of a powerful connection gently reside. The light shifts, playing across a smooth, obsidian surface. It's not a grand altar, but a simple, polished stone table, positioned centrally within a wide, circular room. This table, once perhaps a place for shared strategies or quiet counsel, now bears only the faint, circular impression of what once lay upon it. On one side, the subtle, almost ghostly outline of a hammer's head, its unique form etched by time, hints at a presence strong and steadfast. On the other, a more fluid, serpentine impression, like a vanishing wisp of mist, speaks of a trickster's fleeting touch. The chamber itself is circular, with high, vaulted ceilings that seem to hold the quiet wisdom of ages. Along the walls, there are no grand tapestries or booming portraits, but rather a series of softly glowing alcoves, each holding a single, unassuming crystal that pulses with a gentle inner light. These lights cast long, peaceful shadows across the floor, making the impressions on the obsidian table seem to dance with a soft, ethereal energy. There is no sound here, only the deep quiet of memory and reflection. The air itself feels ancient, yet strangely fresh, carrying with it the faint, almost imperceptible scent of old stone and distant moonlight. It is a space designed not to mourn, but to quietly acknowledge what was and what has become. The absence here is not an emptiness, but a tranquil presence, a chapter now closed, yet beautifully remembered. You simply observe these quiet echoes, letting them settle into the peaceful rhythm of your breath. You simply observe these quiet echoes, letting them settle into the peaceful rhythm of your breath. Imagine a chamber, softly lit by the gentle glow of unseen, ancient Asgardian crystals, casting long, peaceful shadows across a polished stone floor. It is a place of quiet reflection, perhaps a private study or a memory hall within a grand, yet now tranquil structure. Here, the air is still, carrying only the faintest scent of old parchment and cool stone. In one corner, a circular table stands, smooth and unblemished. Upon it rests a single weighty tome, its cover worn soft by countless hands. Not a book of battles, but of lineage, of shared stories, of paths once entwined. Beside it, two small, intricately carved chess pieces, long separated from their game board, stand side by side. One, a proud, stoic figure, solid and strong. The other, slender and elegant, with a subtle, mischievous curve to its form. They are still, frozen in a silent tableau. These small, symbolic figures speak not of conflict, but of a quiet understanding, a complex tapestry woven over eons. Their proximity, yet their stillness, hints at the space that grew between them, a space not born of anger, but of diverging paths gently widening, like quiet rivers finding their own way to the sea. The moonlight from a high, arched window bathes them in a soft, silver light, softening their edges, making them seem almost ethereal. Your gaze watches these silent tokens, their story unfolding without a single spoken word. No urgency, no harsh sounds, only the slow, quiet breathing of the chamber itself. The bond, once a vibrant, challenging flame, has transformed into this quiet, shimmering memory, held gently in the cool, still air. It is a reminder that even the strongest ties can find new forms, new quiet ways of being, leaving behind a peaceful resonance. Your gaze drifts past them, towards the tranquil, distant city lights beyond the window, glimmering softly under the silent watch of the moon. The city lights shimmer below, a tapestry of quiet stories unfolding beneath the moon's serene gaze. Each tiny glow a whisper, a gentle breath in the vastness of the night. From this peaceful vantage, your gaze slowly retreats inward, drawn by the soft, diffused moonlight that now paints the quiet details of the room. It falls upon a sturdy, ancient-looking console, its surface smooth and cool, reflecting the distant urban glow like a still pond. This console, once a hub of strategy and shared decisions, now stands silent, a testament to countless hours spent in contemplation, planning, and perhaps quiet disagreement. A faint, almost imperceptible holographic projection flickers to life above its surface, a soft, ethereal map of realms long past, of journeys undertaken together and apart. It is a ghost of a star chart, tracing paths that once intertwined, now seen as separate, distinct lines in the cosmic expanse. There are no frantic movements here, no urgent signals, just the gentle ebb and flow of light across ancient pathways. The air itself feels still, holding the memory of voices, of laughter and hushed words, now only a silent echo in the heart of this sanctuary. You notice the quiet presence of two finely crafted, distinct cups resting on a nearby ledge, side by side, yet each holding its own space. One, etched with patterns of a thunderous sky, sturdy and unwavering. The other, adorned with swirling, intricate designs, elegant and ever-changing. They stand as silent sentinels, bearing witness to a shared history, to countless shared meals, shared plans, shared dreams. Now, they simply exist, peaceful reminders of a bond that once was, and the quiet understanding of what has since become. The moonlight softens their edges, casting long, gentle shadows that seem to stretch into infinity, holding the calm weight of memories. The cool night air on the rooftop gently shifts, carrying away the last whispers of the wind, as if guiding your focus toward a quieter space. Imagine now a transition, a soft movement from the open skyline to a more intimate chamber, tucked away in the heart of a peaceful, moonlit tower. This is a place of quiet reflection, where the echoes of time seem to settle like dust motes in a gentle beam of light. Here, the city's distant hum is even softer, a mere suggestion against the deeper silence within these walls. The chamber is not grand, but personal, filled with the soft glow of a single, ancient lamp, casting warm, steady light upon worn, dark wooden surfaces. Soft crackle of a distant hearth or lamp, perhaps a small, intricately carved chess, sits upon a low, polished table, its pieces poised, forever mid-game. One side, crafted from dark, cunning wood, stands in a state of quiet disarray, its king slightly tilted, while the other, made of bright, noble stone, remains steadfastly arrayed, awaiting a move that may never come. This quiet tableau speaks volumes without uttering a sound. It hints at strategies played out long ago, at moves made and unmade, at paths diverged and bonds strained. The lamp's glow illuminates the intricate details of these miniature figures, each one a tiny symbol of forgotten games, of alliances forged and broken. Notice how the light settles on the Loki piece, a slender, dark figure, now slightly askew, and then travels to the Thor piece, a stoic, powerful presence, still perfectly aligned. A faint scent of old parchment and distant, muted thunder seems to linger in the air, a memory held in the very fabric of the room. This serene space, bathed in the gentle warmth of the lamp, offers a silent narrative of understanding, of separation, and of the quiet, enduring weight of what was once. It is a place where the story of their diverging paths is held not in grand declarations, but in the stillness of forgotten play and the silent vigil of unplayed moves, allowing you to simply observe and rest, allowing you to simply observe and rest. Now, gently shift your awareness to a quiet chamber, high within a cliffside, dwelling in New Asgard. The cool, Ocean-scented air drifts softly through a tall, arched window, carrying with it only the distant, hushed murmur of waves far below. Inside, the chamber is bathed in a soft, ethereal light, cast by the gentle glow of the moon reflecting off the water, and the faint, warm embers of a dormant hearth in the corner. There is no sound here but the quiet settling of the world. In the very heart of this serene space stands a single, unadorned pedestal of pale, smooth stone. Upon its flat surface, carefully placed, lies a single, polished gauntlet. It is not a heavy gauntlet of war, nor one adorned with jewels, but a simple, elegant piece of ceremonial armor, crafted from a lustrous, cool-toned metal. Its intricate etchings hint at a long-forgotten custom, perhaps from a time when young princes stood side by side. Its partner, however, is conspicuously absent. The space beside it on the pedestal is empty, a silent, poignant testament to a bond that was once whole, now fractured. The smooth metal of the solitary gauntlet catches the moonbeams, shimmering softly, holding within its surface the quiet weight of countless shared memories and divergent paths. It rests there, a lone, gentle symbol of two brothers, once inseparable in their youthful dreams, now forever changed by the choices made, and the paths unwound after the fiery, reshaping chaos of Ragnarok. This quiet absence speaks more profoundly than any presence, a tender reminder of what was and what could no longer be, inviting you to simply be here, in this quiet understanding, as the chamber holds its breath in the soft, tranquil night. In this hushed chamber, where the very air seems woven with memories, your gaze might softly drift to a corner, softly illuminated by the distant glow of the city beyond the tall, arched windows. Here, nestled on a polished, dark wood stand, rests an intricate, ancient game board. Not a game played for victory or defeat, but one of strategy and shared moments, perhaps from a time when such outcomes felt less consequential. The pieces, carved from a stone that seems to hold the very essence of Asgardian rock, are arranged as if a game was simply paused, not finished. One side, representing a strong, steadfast legion, stands firm, its pieces regal and unyielding. The opposing pieces, more agile, and perhaps a little more unpredictable in their design, are scattered, some fallen, some still poised with a restless energy that speaks of a different path, a different ambition. No hands move them now, no voices debate the next move. Only the soft, silvery light touches their silent forms, casting long, patient shadows across the board, drawing out the intricate details of their craftsmanship. It's a tableau of what once was, of minds that challenged each other, of laughter and light-hearted rivalry that gradually, imperceptibly, shifted into something more complex, something that eventually fractured. The very dust motes dance in the soft light around them, undisturbed, as if reverently preserving the history etched into each silent, waiting piece. you can almost feel the quiet echo of strategy unfolding, a gentle tension that never quite resolves, suspended forever in this tranquil, forgotten space. The chamber itself seems to whisper of choices made, of path diverged, and of a bond stretched thin then ultimately broken, all in the soft, unending rhythm of the night. The stillness of the scene invites a quiet contemplation, letting the subtle narratives of these forgotten pieces wash over you. A peaceful, almost melancholic presence in the deep quiet. From that deep quiet, the scene gently shifts, as if a soft, unseen hand turns a page in a very old book. We drift now into a different kind of chamber, not one of forgotten battle relics, but a place of quiet reflection, perhaps an observation deck on a silent vessel, now drifting through the cosmos. The walls here are not cold metal, but crafted from a material that absorbs light, leaving only the softest internal glow, a warm amber that bathes everything in a comforting haze. Through vast, star-dusted windows, nebulae paint the black canvas of space with swirling pastel colors, distant and serene. In the center of this tranquil space, an empty circular table stands, its surface smooth and dark, reflecting the cosmic ballet outside. Around it, chairs are neatly tucked, as if awaiting occupants who may never return. One can almost feel the lingering warmth of hands that once rested upon its surface, the ghost of shared laughter or quiet, serious conversation. This table, in its stillness, speaks volumes of shared meals, strategic planning, and the countless moments that built, then slowly fractured, the bond between two brothers, Thor and Loki, after the tumult of Ragnarok faded into memory. A single, intricately carved wooden chess piece, shaped like a small, regal helmet, rests precisely in the center, a silent sentinel to a story told only by shadows and starlight. The small, regal helmet chess piece, crafted from dark, polished wood, seems to hold its own quiet stories in its tiny, intricate curves. It rests on a heavy, ancient table, perhaps once a place of strategy or quiet contemplation. The surface of this table, worn smooth by countless years, reflects the soft, diffused light that filters into the chamber. It's a light that hints at distant stars, or a very pale, late-night moon painting the room in shades of deep indigo and silver. Around the chess piece, the table is otherwise clear, free of clutter, as if its presence alone is enough to fill the space with meaning. You might imagine the touch of a thoughtful hand placing it there, perhaps after a game that was never truly finished, or a conversation that drifted into silence. The air here is still and cool, carrying the faint, earthy scent of old wood and the distant, almost imperceptible hum of a quiet city sleeping. This silent room, with its single, symbolic artifact, feels like a pause in time. It's a space where memories settle like dust motes in a beam of light, visible only when you look closely. The weight of choices, of paths taken and paths abandoned seems to linger in the hushed corners. Yet, there's no sorrow, only a profound stillness, an acceptance of what has been and what remains. The small helmet, so perfectly rendered, is a reminder of a mind once sharp, always strategizing, always seeking an opening. Now, it's simply asterisk is asterisk, a quiet echo of a complex spirit, resting in a space defined by absence. This chamber, with its softly glowing edges and deep shadows, cradles the lingering essence of a bond that changed, a bond that broke, but never truly vanished from the tapestry of their shared lives. You can almost feel the gentle shift in the air, a silent sigh of understanding, as the past settles into a calm, dreamlike stillness. The gentle shift in the air, a silent sigh of understanding, as the past settles into a calm, dreamlike stillness. This stillness carries you upward now, softly lifting you to a place of quiet contemplation. Imagine finding yourself in a serene, elevated chamber, high above a softly humming city that stretches endlessly beneath the moonlight. This isn't a bustling command center, but a personal space, perhaps a sky-high observation lounge within a hero's quiet sanctuary. Through vast, curved windows, the city lights twinkle like scattered diamonds on black velvet. They pulse gently, each a tiny heart beating in the slumbering metropolis, their glow a comforting blanket over the world below. There's a subtle, almost imperceptible hum in the air, the distant whisper of the sleeping world, a counterpoint to the profound quiet within this room. In the center of this tranquil space, a single, smooth obsidian table stands, reflecting the distant city glow like a still pond. Upon it rests a single, ancient-looking scroll, carefully unfurled, but unread, its edges worn soft by ages past. It's not a map of battles or grand strategies, but perhaps a forgotten lore, or a memory of a journey once taken together. Near it, a small, intricate carving of an Yggdrasil branch, crafted from silvery wood, catches the moonlight. Its branches interlace and diverge, a silent testament to paths that once ran together, now separate, but still connected by roots unseen. This is a space where the weight of worlds feels distant, replaced by a gentle understanding. The bond, once vibrant and tangled, now resides in these quiet reflections, like starlight held captive in polished stone. No harsh edges, no sharp sorrow, just the soft, enduring echo of what was, settling into the vast, calm expanse of memory. It's a quiet knowing, felt deeply, peacefully. As you drift further into the serene night, in this quiet expanse, a gentle current carries you further, past the edges of immediate thought, towards a tranquil, forgotten corner. It's a place not bound by physical walls, but by the soft glow of remembered light, where the echoes of old halls still linger. Imagine a silent chamber, perhaps a study in an ancient Asgardian library, untouched by the tumult, bathed in the faint, ethereal light that filters through cosmic dust. Here, the weight of centuries sits not as burden, but as a soft, comforting presence. On a polished, dark wood table, not battle plans, but perhaps a single aged book rests open. Its pages are not filled with sharp words or urgent prophecies, but with faded illustrations. One might depict two young princes, side by side, their silhouettes outlined against a vibrant, distant starscape. Their forms, though distinct, are intertwined in that memory vision of camaraderie before the lines were drawn. The silence in this chamber is deep, allowing these ancient images to breathe, to tell their story without sound, only gentle resonance. You can almost feel the smooth, cool surface of the table, the soft texture of the old parchment. This image, a quiet testament to a bond that once was, floats gently in the mind's eye, a reminder that even the most complex relationships hold moments of pure, untarnished connection, now viewed through the softening filter of time and peace. The light seems to dim even further, inviting deeper stillness, deeper rest. The quiet hum of the universe seems to cradle these thoughts, these echoes of a bond fractured and reshaped. You imagine a silent chamber, perhaps high above a sleeping city, where a single folded cape rests upon an empty chair, not a symbol of readiness, but of repose. The intricate patterns of its embroidery, once vibrant with Asgardian tales, now seem to absorb the faint glow from the distant skyline, turning it into a soft, murmuring silence. Outside, the city lights twinkle like scattered diamonds on a dark velvet cloth, each one a tiny world of its own, oblivious to the grand cosmic dramas that once unfolded. The memory of thunder and mischief, of brotherly quarrels and desperate alliances, now feels like a faraway story whispered by the wind through an open window just before dawn. It's a story that has found its stillness, its gentle conclusion within the quiet heart of the night. The weight of their shared destiny, once so heavy, now feels as light as a feather caught on a breeze, drifting gently, slowly away. There is no need for answers, no urgency for understanding. Only the vast, comforting expanse of the night, holding all the complexities of existence in its gentle embrace. You are free to let these stories, these images, dissolve into the quiet tapestry of your own rest. Feel the deep calm settling over you as the last remnants of thought drift like clouds across a vast, peaceful sky. Your breath is soft, your body heavy and warm. The city sleeps, the universe dreams, and you too are invited into this deep, unbroken peace. Let go now and drift. Drift into the softest, most peaceful sleep. Good night.